Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. Thanks so much for listening, and a big thank you to Jesse L.E. for our theme music and Nick Jaramillo for our artwork. Well, folks, we have a very special episode here for you. This episode was recorded live at the Arcade Comedy Theater back in December on the 13th. So the sound is a little bit different. We've tried to mix in the audience sound so you can hear what they're saying, and the results are, mixed, because you mix audio, and that's what I did. So anyway, it's going to sound a little bit different. The quality's a little bit different than our normal episodes, but hopefully the content is so enjoyable that you don't even notice. A big thank you to Rick Sebak for his participation as a volunteer. A thank you to the entire audience that was there, and to Aaron Tarnow, who was our tech person on this show and did all of the incredible grunt work that we weren't able to do, didn't know how to do. He did a fantastic job. And of course, another shout out to Dave Foreman, a super fan who was running the screen for us. So as we went through looking for the different links on Wikipedia, he was showing that up on the big screen so that the audience could see it. And he did a great job as well. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to you for listening. Thank you for continuing to listen. And hopefully you enjoy the show.
And now, please welcome out to the stage the hosts of Drunkard's Walk, Matt Hartman and Jethro Nolan.
Oh, made it! Thank you so much.
We can't, Jethro.
You did it.
Jethro, you did it.
No, we have time.
You have time. You shake everybody's hand. Jethro.
Oh, look at you guys. You seem severely disappointed. What's about to happen? Don't worry. Fantastic. Wow. Look at that.
We did it.
This is so many more people than we usually have.
Actually, this is about the number. When I record at home, this is about the number of people that listen to me. So.
Well, but those are all action figures hanging on.
They
the wall.
are. Yeah.
What a beautiful audience this is. And it's odd that I can actually say this, but I've made love to like 15% of this audience.
Wow. 15%?
Yeah, somewhere around that number. I feel like that's.
No, that was I don't. Okay, all right. I'm not going to do the math to try to figure it out because I don't want to know who.
I sure as hell hope Christy does.
That is an excellent point. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for Drunkard's Walk Live. How many people have listened to the podcast Drunkard's Walk? Go ahead. Yeah, all right.
How many people are here for a comedy show of some kind, and this is what you ended up with?
Yeah!
God bless.
That's what I'm talking about.
I tell you what. So first of all, thank you for coming. Second of all, there are no refunds.
That's
all
true.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Well,
We'll see what
welcome
we can
to
do.
Live at the Arcade Comedy Theater, Pittsburgh's only nonprofit comedy theater. And if you look around tonight, I feel like you understand why they're not making a profit here.
There you go.
I feel like that's very clear.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was harsh. That was harsh, dude.
Well, I mean, we're big.
We are. We're huge
We're
in
big.
Australia.
We are, in fact.
Yeah.
We'll get to some of that.
Right. We'll talk about that later. But,
mostly people like to hear our voices but not see our faces.
That is true.
So
that's absolutely true. So for those of you that have maybe not heard the podcast before, what we do is we go on a little walk through Wikipedia, and you can see there it is. Well, there you go.
All of Wikipedia,
so that's how we got our name, is from that Drunkard's Walk, which is a mathematical principle. I feel like I'm always saying this wrong. But.
I'm saying it wrong, but confidently.
Okay, great. And the idea is that if you start at a particular place and you were to walk and make random turns, that eventually you would wind up back where you started. Did I get that right?
That's exactly right.
Yes. Okay.
Fantastic.
So we decided to start a podcast during the pandemic because there was nothing else to do. And we've kept doing it.
Yeah. Even though there are many more things to do.
That's right.
There's so many better ways for us to be spending our time.
But we're going to do this instead.
We've done 160 episodes.
Something around those.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That feels like a failure at that point.
Well, I'm having moderately good time.
There we go.
So,
all right.
So
it's the Matt Hartman standard.
What we do is we start on a Wikipedia page that was wherever we ended the previous episode, and then we use the links on the different pages to get to a destination of some kind.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we do that with a very special guest. Which is usually alcohol.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And we actually, so one of the things that you have to know if you've not listened to the show before is that we have a super fan whose name is Dave Foreman. And when
Absolutely.
that's right. And when we decided to do the show, we said, Dave, you got to be here. And Dave said, as long as I can be in the booth and no one will see me. And we said, sure, Dave, no problem. So he's up there. Hi, Dave. How's it going?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. This is
Dave.
great. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be on Drunkard's Walk, my favorite podcast of all time.
Well,
Wow.
that is so nice of you to say, Dave. Thank you. And we are so happy because Dave brought us our booze
Yeah.
that we're going to be drinking tonight. So we've got this Southern Tier straight bourbon. What do we know about this?
Oh, well, the beautiful vanilla and leather-scented deep golden brown
Oh, boy.
bourbon.
Okay.
Smooth caramel and oak, lingering like the last light of day in the waters of nearby Lake Chautauqua.
Okay.
We love our bourbon, and we bet you will too. Made in small batches with 100% New York State grains
You gonna read the whole thing?
by orphans.
Fine.
Orphans who live in pain
What?
and
Wait a minute.
desperation. But no, sorry.
that-
no,
okay.
that's
Doesn't
some
seem
of
right.
those words were not.
So there you go. So thank you, Dave Foreman. A round of applause for Dave for bringing us
Dave Foreman.
Thank you.
something to
Thank
drink.
Cheers to you,
Yeah,
sir.
cheers to you. So
right.
we do have a little drink sometimes as we are walking. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts. Dave also brought us a plum wine as well, and we said, "Wow, thanks for bringing that for Jethro's wife and daughter.
Yes.
We really appreciate that."
Yes. And if for those of you who are not here, and this is why you really need to come to the live experience.
Right, yeah.
Because then
We're not
you
gonna
can
post
see
pictures of this.
What we can only assume are human testicles
That's right.
floating.
Only the best. Only the best for you,
That's
Jethro.
right.
They
Well,
are,
that's-
they are the testicles of orphans.
Oh,
there we
okay.
go. All right.
Well, the same ones from.
I'm
got to
just glad to
assume.
see the orphans are getting work.
You've got to assume.
Yeah. God bless.
Yeah, so that's what we do now. We're approaching the end of this show. This episode is actually going to drop in 2025 in January, but we're recording it at the end of the year in 2024. And today, our host, podcast host called Buzzsprout, that's where he hosts our thing, sent me a what they call the backtrack of 2024. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this because they gave us a bunch of information. First of all, you are taking part in one of the top 50% podcasts on Buzzsprout.
Wow.
Yeah! We're in the top 50%.
Now-
That means we get at least 28 downloads in the first 7 days.
I mean, tonight 28 seems like a really
That
large
would be
number.
amazing to have 28.
It seems huge.
But we've done 50 episodes this year, and they've also given us a thing of our top 5 cities of where people have downloaded the podcast. And Jethro said before the show we should have people try to guess what the top 5 cities are. So you still want them to do that?
Yeah.
We'll have each person say one.
What do you think the top 5 cities for our podcast?
Yeah, just
are?
shout them out.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh,
All right.
that's number 1. Well
Wow.
done, yes.
Anchorage.
Anchorage is not on the list, I'm sorry to say.
But not as far off as you might
right,
think.
yeah, actually, yeah.
I will say that only.
Sydney, because he said Australia before.
Sydney is number 2.
Oh, yes, Sydney is
yeah,
number
that's
2.
right. That's right.
All right, number three.
Liverpool.
No,
Liverpool. But-
not on the list
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Poughkeepsie, good guess, also not on the list. But it is. There are 2 more major U.S. cities on this list.
Detroit.
Not Detroit.
Chicago.
Chicago is correct.
number 3. Well done.
Yeah, and clearly, judging by the other American city on the list, there's a lot of industry buzz about
Yes.
the podcast.
Yes.
L.A.
Los
absolutely,
Angeles.
yes.
That's right.
Many
and then of
famous-
course the one that I'm surprised that nobody said.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I have
We
no-
have more
no-
people downloading our podcast in Singapore than in Los Angeles.
Or than Detroit, which is
Yeah.
where you live.
I will say though, first of
Ridiculous.
all, as you know, I don't make a lot of friends.
No.
So the fact that
Not at all.
nobody. Yeah, I mean, I've only been in Detroit 3 years, so not really enough time to meet people and have them like me.
Yeah, well,
But I will say,
maybe
given
too
the
long.
number of new Twitter followers I have,
Oh.
of
you're still calling it Twitter. That's a problem.
I'm not going to change.
Okay,
it.
all right.
But there's a lot of lovely young Asian women, so I'm assuming that's who's listening to our podcast.
Probably,
in Singapore,
yes.
Is
That
all
makes-
of the buxom 25-year-old Asian women who apparently love this podcast.
That makes perfect sense to me. I would assume that you're right. We had downloads in 50 countries this year. I will say our top one is America. Yeah, USA.
Yeah.
USA. Number 2 is the UK, which I don't understand why then are these other. But anyway, number 2 is the UK, followed by our good friends in Australia, and then our friends to the north,
Canada.
Canada. That's right.
And our friends to the west.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Very, very far to the west.
Somehow Singapore did not make the list.
No, I don't. Yeah, which makes no sense. Though Australia is only beating Canada by 2 downloads. So come on, Canada. If you're listening in Canada, just go download it a couple more times.
I feel like
would you?
Canada's got enough on their plate right now.
Yeah.
Leave the poor Canadians.
So the last thing that I'll say about this is our top episode this year was the episode where we had on the wonderful host of Escape This Podcast. And if you're not familiar with Escape This Podcast, do check them out. They are amazing, and they are the reason that our downloads actually took off a little bit this year. They had us on, and after that, we had all kinds of people downloading.
Oh, yeah. No, the fame.
So thank you to them.
This is really starting to hit.
Yeah. In fact, here, I'll tell you what. The second episode was the one with Karen Chu from Good Job Brain,
Yes.
another fantastic podcast
Wonderful.
if you've never listened to. Number 3, The Clutter Family Murders with Dave Foreman,
Dave Foreman.
superfan Dave Foreman.
People
Watch
love
out.
the Foreman.
Number 4 on our list was Peg Entwistle to the Decameron,
Yeah.
which was our final episode. But number 5 was Kawhi to Peg Entwistle with Christy Nolan.
Christy Nolan, that's
so there
right.
you go. So the people
Number
in the
one
room
groupie.
are helping us out. I do have to point out also that right up here in the front, these are our wives.
Yes.
This is Emma and Christy right here. And they often come on the podcast as well and compete against us in a little race
Yeah.
to see which duo can get there first. And right now, after however many times we've done it, we're tied, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
It's usually surprising because we normally finish first before our wives.
We finish first all the time.
Yeah.
Sex jokes.
I don't wanna
and
Premature
you're not.
ejaculation, folks.
Yeah,
That's
you're doing it. Let's see, Jethro. We should get into this, man. We should really get.
Let's do this.
Wait a minute. I got one more thing to say.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon,
Okay.
and today we got a new patron.
Bravo.
Yeah, so give it up for our new patron. Our new patron is Brandon Trapp, and he's in Kentucky. And give it up for thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you doing this and joining.
Yeah.
You're going to get everything that the $10 level gets you. I don't remember what that
You can't
is.
say what level he's at.
Why?
Because that's private, confidential. People.
Well, maybe
Well,
he's
I-
high. Maybe he's higher than the $10 level, and he's going to get everything in the $10
Okay, but
level.
people, you can't be violating people's trust like that.
I
People are
didn't-
going to know Brandon
I didn't
Trapp
know
of
people had-
Kentucky has like $10 a month podcast money.
Well, I mean, we don't know for sure if he's going to continue to be a patron. This might have been a one-time deal
Fantastic.
because we have a bunch of hidden episodes on there.
Excellent.
Our last live episode is on there.
There you go. I think all this time Dave Foreman has been upstaging us with hilariously
I'm certain that is correct.
Wikipedia pages.
I'm
Well done,
certain
Dave.
that is
Well
correct.
done.
So
All right.
what we also have, Jethro, is a guest to give us a destination.
We do, in fact.
Because we don't pick the destinations on our own. We bring a guest on to do that for us. And so tonight, we have invited another super fan of our podcast that we are just pleased as punch that he is willing to even listen at all. And the fact that he is willing to come out and actually be on the show also blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rick Sebak. We have to stand.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pittsburgh royalty.
Coming on. Now, folks, if you don't know who Rick Sebak is, I don't know what you're doing or what you're paying attention to.
I know
but
what you're not doing, and that's watching the local Pittsburgh PBS.
that is correct. Rick, thanks for joining us on the podcast. And how's it going, man?
It's going well. No complaints.
Perfect. That's great.
Right.
I'd love to hear that.
And it's so close to Christmas. I had to bring gifts.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so
you
thoughtful.
definitely did not
we got
have to.
nothing for you, but okay.
Okay. This giant eagle bag is for Matt.
Oh my goodness, a giant eagle bag.
And this one is for Jethro.
This is very Pittsburgh.
Sustainability, it takes all of us.
Oh, it sure does.
Those are the
Well,
old reusable bags that they don't give you.
I've never even seen these. I love these.
I love it. All right, so
All
I
right.
feel like there's something in here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It is a mug that says, "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood," with a beautiful picture of the neighborhood trolley and all the characters from, is it Fantasyland, Imagination Lands?
No, Neighborhood of Make.
Neighborhood of Make. Sorry, it's been a while since I was a regular
What is wrong with
Fred
you?
Rogers watcher. As well as socks with bourbon on the rocks. The Big Lebowski,
Big Lebowski socks.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Jethro, I got to tell you, man, I'm over the moon here. I have some socks. My first socks have droids from Star Wars on them. My second ones have the Mandalorian, amazing, and then I have a Grogu pancake set.
Oh my God.
This is the
That
greatest
is
thing.
adorable.
Oh my gosh. And my daughter is going to go crazy for this. She loves Grogu. And when we make one of these pancakes, she's just going to eat it.
I am a total thrift store junkie, and I see these things at thrift store. I think of you guys. So
Well,
That is,
thank you.
that is
Pick these
awesome.
up.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
that when you see discount items, you think of us.
Well, we're a discount podcast. What is it?
Indeed,
What do you want?
indeed we are. Indeed we are.
That's what we
$10 a month is the
That's right. I love it. Thank you so much, Rick. We really appreciate that. And you know what? This might be a good opportunity for us. Rick also brought some gifts for the audience. So we actually have a couple of things that we want to give away.
Yeah.
First of all, we've got this beautiful WQED Classical FM 89.3 t-shirt. It is a size small.
There we go.
Who's looking for a small t-shirt? Anybody?
all?
Anybody?
Yeah.
We'll throw it
All
in
right.
the audience
All right.
and someone will catch. No? Anyone? No one's going to catch it? Okay, I'm just going to throw it.
a good gift.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
And what else do we have, Jethro,
we
to
have
give out?
a special edition DVD of Return to Downtown Pittsburgh, which not only features the Arcade Comedy Theater, but also Matt and I are both in it.
Not because of this podcast, let's be clear.
No,
but
no.
we are in it.
Well, Rick was into us pre-fame.
That's right.
Like
he
Rick
knew.
got in
He
on the
saw
ground
it
floor.
coming.
He
That's
saw,
right.
he
So
saw
you gotta-
something
you gotta
special
pick-
in
you gotta
us.
pick somebody to give that to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to give it to you.
That's a great idea.
Woo! Thank you. Do you know what a DVD player is?
Okay, cool.
All right,
Perfect.
cool.
Perfect.
Because
Okay,
you seem
good.
young,
Yeah.
and I know that a lot of people don't know what to do with a physical disc anymore.
Yeah. Otherwise, that might have turned into a frisbee, which is fine too.
Exactly.
Like that's
it would be a fatal frisbee.
good way
It would
to
be
do
a
things.
Very dangerous thing to throw.
So, Rick, thank you again for joining us. We had you on our last live. We've had you on a couple of times on the podcast, and we always love your destinations. And we can't wait to hear what's going on here. You also have some.
3 glasses.
You got 3 glasses
Cross.
and a bottle with it looks like medical tape and Sharpie written on it.
This is some homebrewed shit.
What's happening here?
No, it's mixed at the Independent Brewing Company where I play records on Wednesday nights.
Very good.
Okay.
There you go.
Of all vinyl there, and this is Black Russians made by Elias, the bartender.
Okay.
Elias Wilson. He says from Elias with love.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I had asked him specifically for this. These are Black Russians.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And the Black Russian is a cocktail that was invented in 1949
Okay.
by a bartender at the Metropole Hotel in Brussels, Belgium.
Okay.
And he created it in honor of the recently appointed
Oh, thank you.
American ambassador to Luxembourg,
Okay.
Okay.
Pearl Mesta.
Pearl Mesta.
Pearl
And what
Mesta.
can you tell us about Pearl Mesta?
Pearl Mesta was born in Michigan, and her father had a very famous hotel in Oklahoma City, and she ends up there as well, the Skirvin Hotel. Her maiden name was Skirvin.
Okay.
Okay.
Pearl Skirvin becomes Pearl Mesta. And she meets, she's very famous herself. She was born in 1889.
Okay.
And she was ambassador to Luxembourg from 1949 to 1953. So.
Sure. I mean, we all know who the ambassadors of Luxembourg have
Oh,
been
yeah.
over the years.
That's,
Come on.
That's why
Rick.
she was famous.
Yeah.
This is no joke. On NPR, on my way here, I heard that right now in Luxembourg, the Senate leader, female, 84 years old, is having troubles.
You mean Pelosi?
Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi, is
okay,
now
okay.
in the hospital in Luxembourg.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Oh.
just an odd
Even when she's
coincidence.
sick, she's in style.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's because
Okay.
they have socialized healthcare over there.
Oh, is
That's
that
where
why?
she's going.
So
Okay.
Pearl Mesta was a Washington, D.C. socialite for whom the phrase hostess with the mostess was created.
No.
Get out of town!
No way.
Yes, by Irving Berlin, who wrote a musical about her
What?
called Call Me Madam, 1950.
Okay.
Okay. I think I've heard of that, but I don't know anything about it other than this now. Hostess
Right.
with the mostest.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was big Ethel Merman, who looks a little like, Pearl Mesta.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Pearl met George Mesta in 1916, at a party. He was a steel manufacturer, an engineer, and founder of Mesta Machine in West Homestead, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Oh, somehow I had a
Okay.
feeling this was going to get us back to Pittsburgh somehow.
All
Yes.
things do. All things do.
Mesta Machine they've gone out of business, I think, in 83. They made all the machines that make steel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They, during World War II, started to make giant turbines for power plants and dams, propeller shafts for ships. They were the largest machine shop in the world, 1 mile long along the Monongahela River there in West Homestead.
Okay.
All right. George unfortunately died in 1925 when he was traveling with Pearl. And so she was never crazy about Pittsburgh. She thought Pittsburgh didn't like her.
Oh.
And so when he passed away, she inherited the full fortune. And Wikipedia says it was $75 million, which would be about $1.3 billion today.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
she was doing okay.
Yeah.
She was doing okay.
She's doing all right.
She moved to Newport, Rhode Island for a
yeah.
little while, and then because she and George had done so much work in D.C., she ends up going back to D.C.,
Okay.
where she becomes the big socialite
Okay.
and throws the best parties, pretty much bipartisan,
Oh, okay.
which is the way things used to be.
It's how
Oh,
things
yeah.
used to be.
Back in the day.
She helped raise money for Harry Truman, and that's why he appointed her ambassador to Luxembourg.
Okay. There we go.
All right.
Nice to know that.
Also, good friends with the Eisenhowers, but not so much with the Kennedys.
Oh,
Really? Why so?
Because Jackie Kennedy was of a different era,
Yes.
and
I
she was
see.
a socialite.
I
and-
see.
There you
Different.
go.
Different.
All right.
Okay. I got it.
So, the Irving Berlin musical, Call Me Madam, quite a incredible life. And even though she didn't like Pittsburgh, when she passed away in 1975 at the age of 85,
Okay.
she is interred here in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Oh.
At the Homewood Cemetery in Squirrel Hill.
Ah.
Because that's where her husband's mausoleum was.
So we
Okay,
got the last
okay.
lap.
Yes.
Nobody
So to
escapes
speak, I
Pittsburgh.
guess, yeah.
You're coming back and we're going to bury you here.
That is generally the case for everyone that grows up here. They get pulled back in.
Exactly. I tried to leave and I keep
Yeah,
coming back.
can't do it. Yeah, right.
So,
Just so you know you were out.
cheers to
Yeah, cheers indeed. Cheers.
Pearl.
Cheers.
Pearl Mesta.
Pearl
Now,
Mesa, nay, Skirvorn? Skirville?
Skirvin.
Skirvin.
Anyway,
Well, that's tasty.
and actually, it's just vodka and a coffee liqueur.
Yeah.
And Elias told me that he used the new coffee liqueur from Maggie's Farm Rum, and he said it's really good.
It is.
Yeah.
So
You can really
it's a
taste
little
the coffee.
sweet.
It's very
Yeah, it
tasty.
is.
I'd never had a black Russian. I'd had a white Russian before, which is, I think, might be what's on your socks.
That's
Just
exactly
with
what's on the
Lebowski.
socks.
Really?
Because
Well,
that's how the
he
White
drinks the
Russian
White
was
Russian.
revived.
Yeah.
And I brought some heavy cream if you want to make your
Ah,
Black
see,
Russian.
there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Put a little heavy
Rick
cream in,
Sebak.
and now you're white Russian in it.
Forget.
There you go. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Forget Jeff Bridges. Rick Sebak is the dude.
That's right.
No. All right. Next is back.
So that's a little
Yeah.
White Russian
Thank
now.
you. All right.
That is a
But-
challenge right there.
I'm going to shift it back because when I was a little kid, I went to grade school at St. Valentine's in Bethel Park.
Oh, I went to CCD there.
Oh, did you? Excellent.
A small town, Pittsburgh.
Hey,
Yes.
in Pittsburgh, everybody knows everybody, right?
That's right.
And St. Valentine's School is at the corner of West Library Avenue and Mesta Street
Okay. Oh.
because the Mesta family farm was there nearby. I'm not sure exactly where on that street it was, but George was born there in 1862. And he would go on to found Mesta Machine. And when I was in school, when we were released at the end of the day, there were different groups. There were the bus riders who had to go one time, and that was all in the PA system. And then there were the walkers past Father's house, if you walk past the rectory. And then I was a walker across the tracks, because
Okay.
the streetcar tracks were right there along West Liberty Avenue, and we had to cross the tracks. And right there's a stop, okay, that is called the Mesta Station.
Ah. Okay.
That is your destination.
That's our destination, the Mesta station?
the Mesta Station.
Oh my gosh.
boy.
Holy cow.
I was
Okay.
like, we got so many ways to get to this ambassador to Luxembourg. This is going to be easy. And then you tricked us with this obscure.
So Mesta, M-E-S-T-A?
Yes,
Okay.
Mesta.
And you have confirmed that this has a Wikipedia page?
Yes, I even there's a picture.
Okay.
There's the
Don't look.
don't look. Oh,
Don't look.
Oh, sorry.
Why
yeah.
can't we look?
Because
It's
of
the page, right?
it's proof that there's a Wikipedia
Yeah,
page.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair
All
enough.
right.
the page
So
doesn't help us
and I
get
can
there.
tell you that it's on the streetcar line called the Silver Line. I call it the Shannon Library Line.
Okay.
It was put there in 1903 when the line was first put through Bethel Park. At that time, it went all the way to Charleroi. It's cut back to library in 1953. So
Okay.
since 1953, there's been the Shannon Library car. It's on the T now, they call it, but I still call it a streetcar.
Yeah.
Because you know your history.
Right. So I just thought that would, be a wonderful location for you.
Awesome. I love it, Rick.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Rick Sebak, everybody.
Thank you so much.
This is amazing.
I'll take my White Russian and sit down in the audience.
Please, yeah, enjoy
Please do.
it. And
Because
thank you for letting
Yeah.
us enjoy what we're having here. Now, what we're going to do is we're gonna pull up on our computers Wikipedia, and then we're both going to separately be looking through to try to find the. You want to get your computer out, Jethro?
So, fun fact.
What's the problem?
So, when preparing to come down to this show,
Yeah.
where we scroll through Wikipedia,
Right.
I completely forgot that my computer was a critical component of that. So
I see.
I will be looking on my very tiny screen phone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't act surprised because I
No,
told you
it's
this an
fine.
hour ago.
Well, okay,
yeah.
thanks. That makes the show
you're
a
welcome.
lot. Yeah, I'm trying
You're
to have fun.
all right.
All right. So, but Jethro, there is a thing that we need to do.
What do we need to do?
We need to make a guess on how many steps we think it's going to take to get from our starting destination to the Mesta station. And to remind you, our starting destination is year 2038 problem.
Okay.
You guys all know what the year 2038 problem is, right? Neither did we, but we found out, and you're about to as well. We need to make some guesses. So, Jethro, here's what I'm going to suggest.
Yeah.
We text our guesses to Dave Foreman up in the booth. Dave, what do you think about that?
That sounds great. I love that.
All right.
I've already texted.
So we're gonna. Whoa! Holy cow!
I
Okay.
anticipated that was your.
So we're gonna text our guesses.
Thank God I brought my phone, or other I couldn't text. Save the day with that one.
Yeah, you really saved the day, buddy. And then we're going to see how long it takes us to actually get there, and whichever one of us gets closest is going to win this episode. And oh my God!
That's right.
Thanks for
Thank
making
you.
thanks for making sound problems
Yeah.
on our
I
recording.
was putting the cream away.
Okay, all right.
So it can stay
Good that you
cold.
did that. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. So let's see what we do here. I don't know what he guessed. He doesn't know what I guessed. We'll see how it goes. So. We're going to start at the year 2038 problem, which, for those of you that aren't aware, it's a time computing problem. If you knew about Y2K, it's like that. Except apparently in 2038, we're going to have the same problem all over again, but it's going to be way worse. So there's something to look forward to. And that was because of, why did this happen, Jethro?
Unix.
Oh, right.
That's because they, for whatever reason, they were like, let's start a counting time January 1st, 1970, because that's when all the Unix code was being done.
Right.
And they only have so many bits to encode the address.
32. They have 32 bits.
So then they're just going to run out of bits.
They're going to run out of
2038.
space on January 19th, 2038 at like 3:15 in the morning Greenwich Mean Time or something like that.
Yeah, so make sure you wake up.
Yeah. So check that out. Don't be doing anything important at that point. Apparently it's fixed on a lot of things, but there's older stuff that it's not. Like there's going to be computers that are going to have problems. There's going to be I'm sure all sorts of hardware that's going to have an issue. But they're working on it.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe you won't even need to worry about it.
Diligently. All right.
But we need to get to this station.
Oh, I see a link to Metastation.
What?
No, I don't.
Mesta. Mesta.
Wasn't that Mesta? Oh, we can't go to
You went to the
Metastation
wrong
then.
station.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's so good.
Or Metastation
We
now.
have so many ways. I'm sure, didn't Irving Berlin write a musical
about
the year 2038
the
problem?
Unix.
He was big
the
into
Unix system.
So
do you think if we get to and now I've even forgotten what her name is, Mesta. What's her first name?
Pearl
Mesta.
Pearl Mesta.
If we can get to Pearl Mesta, do you think that we can get to this station?
We can probably get to George Mesta if we get to Pearl Mesta.
Right.
I do see, however, we could also go through the public transit route.
Public
and
transit
get to
route.
the T via public transit. I do see
Interesting.
here. So here are the systems that are going to fail according to this year 2038 problem.
Okay.
One of them is anti-lock braking system, electronic stability control, traction control, and automatic four-wheel drive. So yeah, there's a lot of things that have to do with transportation there that could get us to this station.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Sorry, I just saw the word kludge, and I had to find out what that is.
Kludge.
No, I read it as kludge.
You read incorrectly. It's called kludge.
What is it?
Kludge. It's when things get messed up and gunked up.
Oh, so it's not a particular. It's any type of time that happens, huh? That doesn't really help me.
Well, I'm not a kludgeologist.
You're a kludge. You're a kludge something.
You're talking to a guy who didn't remember to bring his laptop to a
let's see.
Wikipedia podcast.
We've got Age of the Universe on here, and I presumably this T station is within the universe.
Yeah.
So that might be.
Oh
a path.
yeah, that's a good idea. We should pick something in the universe.
Just saying.
That'll narrow it down for us.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You are a lot of things.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I like anti. It's not a huge page. I like the anti-lock brakes thing. Or one of the transportation things.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking. There's a purple box at the bottom that has year-related problems.
Go on.
The year 2000 problems on here, but so is the year 2011, the year 2020, the year 2042, the year 2100, and the year 10,000 problems.
What's the year 10,000 problem?
I don't know.
Who is
but
worried about that?
There's a year 1900 problem on this as well, and that gets us closer to the time frame that we are talking about and that we are looking at. So
she was born in 1899.
Right.
So the year 1900 problem isn't going to be that there was no Pearl Mesa.
Well, that's true. They probably wouldn't have thought of that in 1900.
They might have a problem that the Black Russian hadn't been invented.
That is possible. That is possible. I'm looking to see. There's a lot of different there's apocalypse stuff down in here. End time is on here. Cyber warfare, disaster, depression. Depression is on here, and that might get us to. We might be able to get into the steel industry through the depression.
The depression?
Well, it's
or is it just depression?
It's economic depression in general.
What does it link to?
Economic depression. Pandemic is on here as well.
I feel like we've done that.
Yeah, we've had enough of that, haven't we?
Yeah.
How about the Whore of Babylon? Let's go there just to find out what happens.
Not again. All right. Yeah, there's an eschatological section here for all of the religious. There's all of the religious end of days.
Yes.
The War of Gog and Magog.
Yep.
The Olivet Discourse.
Here's what I'm thinking is that if we could get into steel industry in some way, that might be a good path as well. But unfortunately, I don't see anything that is directly related to the steel industry here. So your anti-lock brake system or whatever it was might work out.
All right. That's a ringing endorsement, if ever I heard one.
I don't love it, but I mean we can try it out. Do you think that's the way to go?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you guys think?
Anti-lock brakes?
Wait, there's some people in the audience that are they're scrolling too fast.
Complaints about the scrolling speed.
To be clear, for those that can't see this, there's a screen behind us that is scrolling through the same page. So the audience is also looking at this. Oh, sheep and goats is on here. You know what that's referenced on Prolonging the Magic, which is a podcast that we did with Addie Twig, who's in the audience.
There we go.
So there you go.
This is a star-studded audience.
It all comes back together.
It really does. It really does. All right, but sheep and goats is not where you want to go.
Sheep and goats. I want to go there. No. Let's go there.
Not again.
Sheep and goats.
Anti-lock brakes.
Sheeps go to heaven. All right. Goats go to hell. All right.
Are you purposely drawing this out? Because I feel like it's going to be a long one anyway.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to make it somewhat entertaining and not quite in the mark. All right. Where do you want to go? Anti-locking brakes, electronic stability control, or traction control? Or inertial guidance system.
I don't know. I would say.
Oh, four-wheel drive. Let's go to four-wheel drive.
Sure.
That's the more general of all these.
Sure.
All right. We're going to four-wheel drive, everybody.
All right, four-wheel drive, also called a 4x4 or 4WD, is a two-axle vehicle drivetrain capable of providing torque to all of its wheels simultaneously. And they're commonly driven around Mesta Station. No.
You're a cooch.
I am.
Yeah.
I am indeed. Why did you want us to come here?
Well,
Out of curiosity.
because I think that this is going to have a better chance of getting us into general types of vehicles, and you wanted to get into something that was related to like public transit, right?
I did.
Oh, you know what's linked on here?
Very insist what?
SAE International.
Look at
is
that.
linked
Why
on
is
here.
that important?
Oh, I just know people that work around that.
Your lovely wife works there.
No, not no. She works near there. She
she
works
does.
for a company that. Anyway, I can't explain the whole thing.
right.
What's that?
I mean, I work for a Santa.
I thought you worked for.
We don't talk about that much.
All right, fine.
All right, fantastic.
That's the international
All right,
it is.
And what's her home address and social security
Let me see if let me look it up here. There we go.
All right.
684. Okay. So electric vehicle is on here.
Oh, yeah.
Which I kind of like. There's also, I see a 1903 Spiker, 60 horsepower on here. No links to it. Oh no, there's a link to the Spiker.
There you go.
Amsterdam is on here. That's near Luxembourg.
And it is,
Yeah.
but it's also geographic.
Oh, we don't want to take the geographic route?
Talk to me in 15 minutes.
Okay.
I might be desperately happy to take
I
a
was thinking you
geographic
might
route.
be
All
okay
right.
with it, but that's if you're not, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz, rear-wheel drive, Jeep is on here, World War II. Boy, there's a lot. This is a long page.
Indeed.
This is better. Axis powers. I thought
Very-
they would say axle, but no way I
no.
call it an axis.
There you go.
Wait a minute. That's
What?
not. That has nothing to do with cars. That's the bad guys in World War II. Oh,
Yes, it's so true.
American
that
Motor
joke
Corporation.
did not land
nope,
at all.
did not.
Really.
Let's keep moving. Let's not talk about it.
I
Pretend
know.
it didn't
I
happen.
feel like we should revisit it.
Just something the body
periodically
does.
throughout the
Ignore it.
All right.
Viscous, snow belts.
I'm hearing a lot of buzz about traction control.
Traction control? Why would that be helpful?
The choo-choo trains use traction.
Yeah, I think it started it as a very old thing.
All right.
Oh, we have people that have actual information in their brains.
You're in the right spot now here, though.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Looks like Dave Foreman's leading the way. With
Dave
our
has found something that we
smart
haven't even
audience.
found yet.
Traction control. All right. So
You think traction control? Yeah, you're.
I mean, I'm a man of the people.
Head-rail wheel system.
Head rail wheel
No,
system.
that's
All right.
All-terrain vehicles. All-terrain. Terrain. It almost has the word in it.
Again, that's not
Terrain.
Wow.
Sounds the same.
It's different doing this live.
It is.
Because normally the jokes that don't land,
We don't
there's
know.
silence for all of them.
Yep.
So now we get real time feedback is very.
It's terrible.
It's terrible on the
I hate it.
ego. It really is. But somehow I'll manage.
We'll find our way
All
through.
right. So true. Where is
Um,
traction? There it is. A fairly recent innovation in automobiles is electronic traction control.
So you feel like traction control is the way to go. You don't think that like train is just on here somewhere?
Well,
Like that's what I was hoping is
could
that we were
be.
going to find
It could be. I'm not
actual
seeing
different
it.
types
I'm
of
not seeing it.
transportation. Oh, car design is the.
Well,
is-
most trains are famously not four-wheel drives.
I understand that. I understand that. I see steam as a propulsion down at the bottom,
Ooh, there we go.
but that's a steam car that it takes us to. Never mind.
Okay,
Don't get
yeah,
it. Don't get
never mind.
excited.
Forget that.
It's not as exciting as I thought.
All right.
I was hoping it was a steam engine. It's not.
It's not.
So you're feeling traction control, huh?
I feel like that's a strong possibility, and our audience is
You're being-
for it.
you're being-
I saw something else.
What did you see?
I forget what it was, though. It was back up in the traction control. I
Yeah.
saw something else.
This is
That's
pet. Oh no, that was the.
Rock crawling transfer case. What's a transfer? Oh no, that's not. That's nothing.
There's a gearbox.
Yeah. Driveline wind up.
Oh,
that.
oh yeah.
Dune bashing. Why don't we go to dune bashing? Just takes us to off-roading. It's not as exciting as I
Well,
thought.
I'm no fan
Well,
of Timothée Chalamet. But,
yeah. What?
see,
That's just yeah. I see what you did there. I like it.
Hub motor that I saw that might be useful as well.
it's
Or,
hard.
or electric vehicle. That would be.
Yeah. See, I said electric vehicle initially. I
I
thought
don't know
that
how
might be
that
a way
gets
to
us
go.
to a.
It would probably just give you a list of electric vehicles.
Yeah, and there were a lot of electric vehicles at the beginning of the automotive era.
I mean, it says rail vehicles.
Rail vehicles?
Where an electric vehicle, blah, 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 EVs include road and rail vehicles.
Aha!
Is it late?
I've already lost the electric vehicle.
Listen, I'm
thing.
on my phone, which only has 3 words at a time, so I'm having to read this.
He's having a tougher time with it.
You know, this is a wives episode. Christy and
We
I
would
are
be
doing
there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well,
yikes. Okay.
All right. Fine.
All right.
I feel like the gauntlet's
Oh,
been thrown.
yeah.
Okay.
Put it right down
where-
on the.
that we went asked this season.
Yeah. Oh boy! Wow.
Pretty sure we invited you last season and we didn't.
Airing a
we
lot
got
of
we got a
laundry
no,
tonight.
So that's all I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with electric vehicle, but
Where is that?
it's under late 1800s.
Okay, fantastic.
So I would say that we should go there.
Okay, yeah. Let me find that link.
Yeah, go under history and then late 1800s.
History, late 1800s.
Yes, then we'll go to electric vehicle.
Boom.
Can you do it? Did
Maybe.
you find it? Oh my gosh.
Late 1800s.
Your thumbs are too fat.
I've been working out.
Hey, no thumb shaming over here. Come on.
No offense. I'm just saying they're too fat for your phone.
No,
You need a bigger phone.
I get big bones in my thumb.
No. Wait, stop. You were there.
Where was
Porsche. No, it's after Porsche.
All right, electric vehicle. All
Go
right.
there. Oh my gosh.
Can't believe
It's
this.
working.
It
Everything's
really
working.
is. Everything is going
Just
to
the
plan.
way we thought it would.
Exactly. That choo-choo train. Rail vehicles. All right. Cool. Fantastic.
You think that's the way to go?
Our wives are insistent.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
I do see rail vehicles.
There is
which takes
Industrial
us to the term
Revolution as a link.
rolling stock.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to take us to.
Range anxiety.
Range anxiety. I know all about that, man. I have a couple electric vehicles, and hold on. Trolley buses is on here.
Ooh.
Mass transit is on here.
Tram is on here.
Yeah, I see it. But I like trolley buses or mass transit. I feel like those are going to be...
Why do you like trolley bus?
Trolley bus? Because it's
What about tram?
not a...
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Thank you.
Why would tram be better? Oh, actually, I kind of like tram better too. I just moused over it.
Okay, there we
Because I
go.
didn't know what these things were.
All right.
I thought it was trolley. I was thinking of a trolley. You know, like a trolley.
You know, they always took a trolley to the land of make-believe.
Yes, they did. That's
Chuck
true.
Mangione.
That's why.
No relation. All right, there we go. So, what do we got here? Trams?
So you want to go to tram?
I love tram, and your wife is going to be enraged if you don't pick it.
All right. Well,
All right.
I can't have that
You
again.
can't.
So
Trams.
trams it is.
Streetcar redirects here. For other uses of tram, disambiguation, and streetcar, disambiguation. Not to be confused with a trackless train.
All right.
All right. Urban rail transit. Ooh.
I mean, that might be it.
Indeed, it might. Yeah, public transport. There's probably going to be links to various.
I mean, railway station list is on here.
What? I mean, as excited
A
as
list
I would
of
be.
railway stations, which is indexed by country.
Okay, but railway stations, is that going to be train stations?
No, yeah, probably
And
train
not
stations, yes.
Local Pittsburgh places that happen to be near where Rick Sebak grew up. I mean, I'm not saying that Rick didn't really stretch himself to find a location, but it's just like, I don't know, I remember this place I walked by when I was a kid. There we go.
Look, he just looked out the window and he was like, "Oh, there you go. That's the place." I think I know exactly what Rick was thinking about. He was thinking, "What is the hardest thing that I could possibly give them?" Is that what you were thinking, Rick?
It was.
Yeah, there it is. All right, good.
Rick has constantly demanded a
Perfect.
nice 9-hour episode
Yeah,
of
he loves
Drunkard's
it.
Walk.
Well, he listens while he's walking. He likes to take a long
All
walk.
right.
I don't blame him. I think it's a.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you find? What'd you find?
So, I don't know where on the page I'm on, but in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
No.
its Sarah Street line, drawn by horses until 1923. Only Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is linked.
Yeah,
up.
there's no link to the rest of that.
But is that a link to the city, or is that a link
It's
to?
just a link to Pittsburgh.
Okay, all right then, and that's forbidden.
Oh, it's not forbidden.
It's forbidden.
It really isn't forbidden.
Verboten.
What?
It is the place of doom.
Who's saying that?
Do not go there. It is I, Pliny the Elder.
Oh, Pliny.
I'm here to haunt
Good
your
to see you,
podcast.
buddy. Where have you been?
I've been engaged. I was in a cult for a while.
Oh.
There's a Netflix series about it. I was
Okay.
really into yoga.
I see.
I was taking yoga from a white lady. She seemed authentic, but it turns out it was just a scam.
Not so good.
I don't want to get too much into my backstory.
I don't think that you should.
Can I borrow $25?
I don't have 25.
I was talking to Rick Sebak.
Okay. Wow, that would have been great if that was actually a link
Yeah.
into that.
There is a link to funicular,
Okay.
which could get us
Gives to the-
into. I don't know if you've heard, but
Yeah.
Pittsburgh has rather some famous funiculars.
It does, but then you're going to have to do it geographically anyway, right?
I
Once
don't
you
know.
get
There might be a link to obscure transit in the Pittsburgh area.
You know, there's a link on here to Blackpool, which is a place in the UK, which is close to where my wife grew up.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing
you
it
know
up
what it's not close to?
to say.
Rick Sebak's
No, I'm not saying
elementary
we should
school
go
in
there.
Bethel
I'm
Park.
not- just bringing it up. What? Oh, it is? Birkenhead's link?
Noah's Ark.
I didn't see that.
What? It has a Noah's Ark?
Blackpool is the only other
amusement park that has a Noah's Ark.
Oh,
Is that right?
Look at that.
For those that didn't hear that, Rick just told us that that's the only other place that has an amusement park that has a Noah's Ark.
Yeah, and not
Which-
because
which
we
Kennywood
asked,
does
not
as
because
well.
we asked, but because if Rick Sebak doesn't say a random fact about Pittsburgh every 30 minutes, he will
disappears.
explode.
He disappears entirely,
He will
doesn't he?
explode. He has to be like Fred Rogers had 9 thumbs.
That's right. Well, that doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right, but it's way better than some of the things I was thinking.
Sure, okay.
All right, there we go. What do we got
So
here?
what do you want? There's so many different possibilities on here. I just don't know which one is the best.
I'm sure Dave Foreman is like pointing at the smartest thing for us.
Light rail way up top.
There is light rail. There is light rail.
But I guess are these rail systems so widespread that we have any hope of getting to this one particular stop?
That's the problem. There's a map of tram routes in Paris on this page.
Good.
Let's see if it also has one of the ones in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Paris
Don't
is near
exist anymore.
Luxembourg. Yeah.
Oh, Paris is near
Yeah.
Luxembourg.
Does Luxembourg have funiculars?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Sure, why not? Narrow gauge, standard gauge, track gauge, not helpful. Bus stops, railway platforms. What about that?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't like that? Okay.
No. The General Motors streetcar conspiracy.
Okay, do we feel like if we could get to the T in Pittsburgh, then that would get us
Yes.
to where we need to go?
I would say that's a good one.
Okay, so if we can find that on this page, we're going to be good.
Oh yeah. Oh
So-
yeah.
I'm just saying, if we do,
Or we could have a link to like major metropolitan tram systems.
right? Exactly. I mean, the T is super long. It has like 4 stops, and I think that it would definitely be on here.
Oh yeah. What was the original mode of conveyance for this Mesta line stop?
Streetcar.
A streetcar. Okay. So help me out with streetcar. Like, what's it powered by?
There's one named Desire.
It's electric. So it's got an overhead wire.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Very good.
We're in the right place.
Just check it out. Just check
Telling
it
you
out.
we're in the right place.
Fantastic.
We should not have. Oh, it's a streetcar named Desire. There it is. It's
There we
right here.
go.
It's on the page.
Oh yeah.
The
Tennessee
trolley
Williams,
song.
Irving
Wait,
Berlin.
we've got the trolley song from Meet Me in St. Louis.
Oh. Flying,
Is that
flying,
by-
flying with
is
the
that by Irving Berlin?
trolleys. Ding, ding, ding with the bell.
Who wrote Meet Me in St. Louis?
Zing, zing, zing
All
with
right.
my heartstrings.
Okay. You're helping. You're very helpful.
I am. The people came here for music.
We have trams by region, so we could go to streetcars in North America.
Ooh, we could do that.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything. I feel like we're so close.
I
We're
do too.
so close I can taste it.
Yeah.
But not in the kind of
Cable
immediate
car,
way.
Cable cars on here, horse car, light rail, tram train. All these are on here. Any of those sound good to you?
So why don't you read the entire article at a very measured pace?
Rick would love
I've
Exactly.
I've tried to. I keep getting interrupted by other ideas.
Who are you getting interrupted by?
You.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry to end my sentence before you started talking. I
Yeah,
apologize.
how dare you.
That ruined the bit.
All right.
Locations. Bus station, bus stand, bus stop, bus turnout. What is this? This is a train station? No, it's not going to be a train station. Tram stop? Would this be a tram stop, tram station, streetcar stop, or light rail station? We could go to tram stop.
I mean,
I don't know that
Is-
this particular
is
tram stop's going to wind up on that list.
every
but
tram stop in
Probably
the
not.
universe going to be on there?
Probably not.
Then I feel like it's a
all right.
dead
Well,
end.
where would you like to go then, Joe?
I would
We
like
need
to
pick a
go.
place.
We do. I'm like 3% down this article.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you would
Uh,
read the whole thing to everybody, like I'm trying to do.
I would. Brussels.
No, we're not going geographic. If we're going geographical, we're going to Pittsburgh, dude.
Yeah. Do you know what the gauge of the early Pittsburgh tram system was? No. No one does.
No, I don't.
Even-
It's
even
a mystery lost to
The
time.
brave men who made it had no clue. It's a miracle that it worked.
Well, they
That's
weren't allowed to know. That was
There you go.
a secret kept from them.
So true. It was a need to know basis.
All right, where do you want to go?
I want to go to Irving, Berlin.
Oh my God. We've already gone down the tram route. We can't go the Irving Berlin route now.
Yeah. I still feel like
Streetcars in North America.
the American Public Transportation Association, APTA, is on there.
Okay.
That at least gets us into America.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we go to streetcars in North America, we will find the T.
All right, where
Right.
is the streetcars in North America?
It's under the C also.
See also.
Yeah, at the bottom,
Okay.
near the bottom.
All right, let's go to the see also. And you're suggesting
Streetcars in North America.
All right. How do we
Find
feel,
it.
audience?
I feel like you should be using the find feature. That's
We're not allowed to use
That is
Control F.
that is a stupid rule that we made up, and then
Jethro-
also I can't do that on my phone, Patty. I don't want to learn.
We're not allowed. We're forbidden by that
So
by
sorry.
by somebody.
okay.
It's
That's
only
okay.
because I'm getting motion sickness from the scrolling.
I
Oh,
understand.
yeah. Slow the scrolling down.
Yeah,
You're upsetting the
Dave,
audience.
Come on.
Page is huge.
Dave Foreman has given 15% of this audience motion sickness. All right. Where's the link?
Streetcars in North America.
Okay, it's off there on the side.
You want to do that?
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
Streetcars
We're
in
doing
North
Streetcars
America.
in North America.
Here we go. Pittsburgh, Mesta Station. No. Pittsburgh is linked here.
Aha.
Although it is just a link to... No! It is a link to Pittsburgh Light Rail.
Aha.
Therefore, it is legal.
Why can't I can't type for some reason?
You don't need to. We've got it on tape. Oh.
Oh, I'm.
Oh, no, the site can't be reached. Don't worry,
Well,
folks. I
wait,
got it on my
I'm-
phone.
I'm off-
I got it on my phone. It's legit.
I'm offline
Everybody
too.
gather around my phone. Let's all watch it on my very tiny screen.
Thank God.
Why
So-
did we lose?
That's
network
okay.
connection?
Thank God I have.
There's no internet.
That's okay. It's okay. We don't need internet. We don't
back
need it.
up.
We are forging ahead. Everybody get in the car.
We're moving.
Okay,
All right.
I'm good,
So
I'm good.
the Pittsburgh Light Rail, commonly known as the T, is a 26.2 mile light rail system.
Oh, have you already gone there?
I have.
Oh, I'm still on the other page. 'cause
I am
my
not
site
waiting
couldn't
for you
be
to catch up.
reached. Just wait a second.
Here we
Streetcars
go.
in North America.
Yeah. And
Okay.
one of the first Pittsburgh links.
All right. So
Two termini
you
in
said
the
one
South
of the first
Hills.
is Pittsburgh. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. All right. So we're on Pittsburgh Light Rail.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Now what?
Here we go. Pennsylvania trolley gauge on its lines instead of the 4 feet 8.5 inches in the standard gauge.
Oh, so we learned the gauge.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so we
five-
thought that was lost to time.
5
but not
foot
at all.
2.5 inches. Pennsylvania trolley gauge.
Okay.
I'm surprised Rick didn't mention that. Yeah. So
He was withholding on
we have the
purpose.
Mount Washington Transit Tunnel just south of the Monongahela River.
Okay.
We have the Skybus mentioned here, subway tunnels, various ones are mentioned. Oh, this is, I feel like
I
we're
see
on
the
cusp.
Station Square station.
Pittsburgh Railways, look at that. Light rail, route names.
Steel Plaza. There's not that many stops. How are they not just all listed?
All right. Now there is many of, so at the end of one of these paragraphs is many of these streetcar routes have been remembered by the route names of many Pittsburgh regional transit buses.
Yes, yes.
And if you click on route names, it takes us to a list of bus routes in Pittsburgh.
How does that help us?
I don't know, but
Oh
I
my
was
God.
Excited to share that fact.
Okay, great. Thanks for that.
All right.
We got the brown line on here. You said it was the silver line?
Silver Line is what he said.
Okay.
Oh, Kennywood is linked to here. Do you know anything about Kennywood, Rick?
It says the county line in the library neighborhood of South Park, but it doesn't.
Castle Shannon, I thought.
Does it have? Wait a minute. Is it on here but not linked?
Oh, no.
No.
Well, I'm just reading these. Well, first of all, there's a map of the whole system.
Indeed. Are there links on that map?
No, of course there are not.
But it's listed there.
I've already forgotten the name of the station.
All right, so there's also
Mesta Station.
All right, so
Mesta.
Overbrook line
Oh, there
reconstruction.
it is.
The line from South Hills Junction to Castle Shannon via Overbrook, now the Overbrook
Yeah.
line, part of the Blue and Silver lines, was first constructed by the Pittsburgh and Castle Shannon Railroad, the PCSRR, between 1872 and 1844. Pittsburgh Railways leased the route between 1909 and 1910, converted to dual gauge.
This is amazing so far.
Retaining the existing.
Keep going.
Listen, I will.
Keep going.
I am reading.
Keep
I am
going.
jumping from link to link.
Say more.
Okay, there is a link to Silver Line.
What?
There's a link to Silver Line.
All right.
And I mean, I don't.
Ooh, can you see it on the map?
It is on the map. It is.
But
It
it's
is
not a clickable
It's
link.
not clickable. I'm trying to look at the other purple boxes at the bottom here to see if there's anything. It doesn't seem to be anything else that is linking to Mesta Station. I can't believe that this page doesn't have it on it.
Have you not? Have you looked at the whole thing?
But,
Have you gone the whole?
I mean,
page?
essentially, yes.
Essentially, yes. So, all right then.
I may have missed some things. I'm not saying.
That's fine. That's fine. No, I'm scrolling feverishly.
What? Okay, I keep hearing people say main article.
It's It says Silver Line.
Silver Line main article.
Yeah. There is a Silverline main article. Yes, for sure.
The people demand it.
that
They
might
don't
be-
care if it's an extra click.
That's
They want us to
that's
go
got
there.
to be the way to go.
All right, where is this Silver Line link?
It is under.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
There is a list of Pittsburgh light rail stations.
Oh, so rather than going to the Silverline, you want to go to that list?
It's at the bottom. What is Rick saying? Hold on a second. I feel like there's another show going on in this theater.
What is happening over there?
We don't have a big enough crowd for you to split it in half and be more entertaining to our wives than we are. All right.
That's true.
Not yet, Addie. Not yet.
So, Rick, why do you think we should go next?
I thought we were going to go through Pearl.
Oh, sure.
I thought Pearl was going to be the destination.
If we had a path to Pearl, we'd have taken it. Trust me.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that we did. Well, anyway, I think what is being said over there is that it's not on the Silver Line, but it does look like on the map that it's on the Silver Line. So maybe I'm wrong about what's being said over
But
there.
what if we just went to the list of Pittsburgh
Okay, good.
light rail
Okay, thank you. Good.
The blue line?
Blue and silver, something like that. I think the list is a good idea. The list of Pittsburgh
List
railways.
of Pittsburgh rail. All right, so
Yes.
see also list of
Yes, let's
Pittsburgh
go.
light rail stations.
Let's go.
Here we go. Fantastic.
There it is. I
What?
see it.
Where?
It's there. It's alphabetical.
Where?
That's
under
it's
M.
under M
It's
for
under
Mesta.
Mesta, we did it, Matt. We did it.
Mesta
Oh
Station.
my God, the Mesta Station. Look at that. I am shocked.
Holy cow.
And the Silver Line. Yes.
Where?
I don't know.
It's on. I mean, go back to that map. We'll
Yeah,
see.
here we go.
What
List
Rick was
of-
saying is that when you hovered in the previous page, he thinks that the photo was of Mesta Station.
Oh, look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. How
that
dare we
right?
not recognize a blank expanse with railroad tracks and a tiny, tiny hut? There it is.
You can't see the station, but it's
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah, that looks so unique compared to all the other stations.
Yeah,
I gotta
it
say.
does.
We're
It
fucking
does.
morons.
It does really
We're
stand
not
out
looking the eyes
when
in the
you
back of our head. All right.
when you think about. No, it is. It is
I'm
kind of
glad
funny.
something tonight has been funny. Wonderful. Well, we did it. Oh my God.
We did it. We got there, Jethro. So well done.
Hooray for us.
To you for getting there, and we did it, Jethro. It
In
took
record
us
time?
not record time.
Okay.
It took us. It took
No,
us.
not the fast record.
The slow record.
other
No,
one.
it wasn't the slowest. We already had one this season that was longer than this, but this one took us 7 links
Wow.
to get there.
Okay.
So I guess now we have to find out what our guesses were.
We do indeed.
Do you want Dave to reveal them?
I would love for Dave to reveal what our guesses were.
All right, Dave, would you like to reveal our guesses?
Matt Hartman
Oh,
guessed 6 links.
Damn
You
it.
guessed 6 links. Wow.
I know what's
Jethro Nolan
Yeah.
guessed 8 links. That means we got a tie.
Hey! That's fantastic. We don't often tie. So you guessed 8, I guessed 6, and there we are, 7 right in the middle.
Yeah.
We got close. We didn't get there.
We got there.
Well, we got to the destination, but we didn't guess the thing right.
Rick's coming back.
Rick is coming back to the mic.
This needs to be
This can't be good.
Yeah, there
All
you go.
right.
What are your
All right.
records for slowest and fastest?
Overall, ever?
Yeah.
Fastest was 3.
And we have a self-imposed limit of 20.
We do, and we
Because
reached
we're
it.
like, if we can't find it at 20, then God bless. And it was, I believe, our most downloaded episode ever.
No.
No, the one after that. So we tried to
Yes.
do a postmodern jukebox.
Right.
Which we know nothing about.
From Bachelor's Walk, Dublin.
Yeah, and we floundered around, and eventually we gave up, and we're like, we can't do it. And the next episode that was like postmodern jukebox or whatever was our most downloaded by the most disappointed people ever.
Right.
Because they probably thought they were going to hear some postmodern jukebox music.
Right.
They did not.
They did not.
They heard us
us
rambling
instead.
through it.
It was
Rick-
very downloaded.
Rick
But
has returned, presumably because
what do you got to say, Rick?
No, I thought this is a rare opportunity. The guest never gets to come back.
That's absolutely true.
You
That's
know,
absolutely true.
and
So what are your thoughts?
Yeah,
on
what did
how
you
we got
what did you
where we
think
were
about
going?
this?
well, I would say that I was, I guess, prepared for this because I just listened to the most recently broadcast or
Our first episode
streamed
of
one,
season 11. Yeah.
which I was astounded at the connection between monster cereals and the U.S. Navy.
Yeah. Very surprising,
It was just, it was like mind-blowing. And like, that's what I love about the podcast.
Yeah.
The randomness and you guys' crazy willingness to go in.
For those of you who don't know the connection, Count Chocula was an admiral in the U.S. Navy for 14 years.
Count Alfred Chocula.
Alfred, yes. But when I started, putzing, and I liked the idea of Pearl Mesta, and I thought that was going to be the destination, and blah, blah, blah. But then I found out the Mesta station had a Wikipedia page. Like the streetcar stop outside my grade school has a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're a big thing. George Mesta does not have a Wikipedia page.
Boy,
Glad we didn't go that direction.
Yeah, I wish
Holy
you would tell
cow.
us that
That's
earlier.
what I thought you would do.
Yeah.
That's what you were hoping for.
He's in red on the Wikipedia, on Pearl's page.
Oh,
and
okay.
It says, this page does not exist.
Yeah.
So I thought, they'll never find it, because the only way to get to the Mesta station was through the PRT line.
Oh, so the way that we did it was the only way.
When Jethro said, I think we should go through the, mass transit route, I thought, like, no!
Because you wanted us to fail.
I wanted you
right.
to fail. Yes, you're right.
Well, Jethro has a nose for these things. Like, in the way that, folks, if you haven't listened to the podcast before, I am constantly saying, like, we should go this direction. And he's like, no, that's the wrong thing to do. And I am convinced that I am right. And then we go his way, and then we're there in like 2 clicks.
You can say that, but in one of the recent repeat episodes,
One of the classics.
Jethro, it's right after the election of 2020.
The good one.
Yeah.
Jethro said, well, we don't have to deal with
Yes, he does.
anymore.
Yes, he does. In fact,
right.
at the end of one of
It's
those
my
episodes,
fault.
you said, we're not going back to that because just like America, we're never going back to Donald Trump again.
What a fool I was.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm glad we can
Wrong
end on that
you.
note.
Yep.
Rick.
Isn't that a
A
great...
bit of levity for us all when the motherfucker hasn't even been sworn in. We have 4 years in dread to look forward to. You guys are Trump fans, right? Don't worry about it. Great.
Well, listen, we want to thank our audience, first of all. Thank you so much for coming out. We want to say thank you to Dave Foreman, superfan, for being in the booth and scrolling for us.
Aaron Tarnow,
who did all the tech. He got all this to work. Thank you, Aaron. He had no time to do it. We kept throwing new things at him, and he is a saint, and we love him. And thank you to Rick Sebak, our guest, for coming out.
Yeah. The orphans who made the bourbon that we're drinking.
And the orphans who donated their testicles
Which
to
we will never drink.
the wine. And thank you for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next week, right, Jethro?
Yeah, absolutely. Same place, same time. The doors are locked. By the way, a special treat for our in-person audience. There is a trolley bar bike thing out front, and we are all going to bike and pedal to Mesta Station.
Let's go to Mesta Station!
Thank you. Good night.